Hello YouTube and welcome to today's video. I have so much to say about my experience in Peru, and that's what today's video is going to be about. Um, my first impressions of Peru. A lot of people do not ever visit Peru, and if they do, it's pretty much only for Machu Picchu. And there's a lot of reason for that. Machu Picchu is the lost city of the Incas. It's uh, it's a big tourist spot. People from all over the world come to it. I, however, didn't go because it costs like $50 just to get into the park, and you have to reserve your ticket in advance, like months in advance. And you have to take a $80 train to Machu Picchu. And if you want to hike the Inca Trail, you got to pay like $400 and hike for 4 days in the rain and the cold, and that to me, just to see a view, that doesn't sound very appealing, so I did not do it. Um, when I first got to Peru, I was incredibly scared because I exited the airport and immediately I was ambushed by all these little men who were taxi drivers, and they were trying to pressure me to get in their taxi. And so me and my friend were just surrounded by all these taxi drivers. And and that kind of hounding did not stop from there. There's always people shoving stuff in your face, begging you to buy something, drinks and food and jewelry, and especially in the tourist areas. There's also very uneven sidewalks and roads, and I ended up stubbing my toe like 6 times a day on these uneven sidewalks. Is just very dangerous. In Lima, there's 8 million people, so it's extremely crowded on every street all day long. People rushing at you very fast with large, heavy metal objects. So, not only is it dangerous to walk in the street, but it's also dangerous just to walk on the sidewalk. Um, the drivers are crazy. They don't obey the stop signs or the stop lights. The street signs, the road rules aren't really enforced. They're just suggestions. Um, and and also riding a bus is pretty hectic because everybody's squished in there, jam packed. The seats are too small to even fit in, and the system isn't really organized. There's a guy like hanging out in the doorway of the bus yelling like every 5 seconds for people to get on the bus and for people to pay. And so it's really loud, it's really uncomfortable and jam packed. But on the bright side, the bus is cheap. It's only like 25 cents. You can get but it does take a long time because of all the traffic. It takes about an hour and a half or 2 hours just to travel 6 miles. It's a lot easier to get around Lima in a car. Um, okay. And sometimes, occasionally, you do see the Malabaristas juggling in the street, and that's nice. And um, the food is really good in Peru. Um, I had rice with tomatoes and some sort of soup. You know, they I liked to have the street food a lot. Uh, it usually consists of like a cheese sandwich or some sort of pastry, and there's always women making juice on the street. Juice is really popular in Peru. Fresh squeezed juice. I didn't really partake in that though. Okay, moving on from Lima. I thought things would get better in Cusco, but the bus ride was really terrible. People are so unfriendly that they don't even talk to you. I was on a 22-hour bus ride and nobody said a word to me for 22 hours, even though I took the initiative and said Buenos tardes. But Peru is not like Mexico where everybody that walks by you says Buenos dias, Buenos tardes. They just kind of keep to themselves. For Peruvians, family is the most important part of their life, and everybody else, you know, They don't really care. Also, religion is very important in their life. There are so many churches everywhere. And the churches are really elaborate. They're really elegant. Inside the churches, there's all these different saints because it is Catholic, and so people go to church service like every day, and they always do their Hail Marys, and there's prayer rooms in the bus station. And okay, so Peruvians are really religious, they're really family oriented, so it's a pretty conservative country. So I was surprised at the fact that they were, I mean, for the most part, generally accepting of my sexuality. Like, I didn't uh, get killed, like, which is what I heard would happen. And it's crazy the kind of rumors that we hear about countries. You think you're gonna get killed for being who you are, and it's really not the case at all. So I'm interested to see what kind of rumors other countries have about America. So post that in the comments below, please. um, okay, so back to the bus ride. It was going through all these twists and turns in the mountains. I had motion sickness for like 8 hours. Um, and when they stop at a restaurant, they force everybody off the bus uh, so that nobody steals. And then, everybody has to go into the restaurant. And you even have to pay for the bathroom at the restaurant. Like, most of the bathrooms in Peru require you to pay, especially at bus stations. Um, and then the second bus I took through Peru didn't even have a bathroom on the bus. So then I was forced to pay for the bathroom at the bus station. And arriving in Cusco, I thought it would be much better than Lima, but it wasn't. There's security guards all over the place, all over the parks. You know how there's cops, like rent-a-pigs, mall cops in malls making up all these rules just to give their job purpose? Well, now in Peru we have the park police. They're all over the plazas. A plaza is like a park in the middle of the street, and the plazas are nice, they're well kept, but there's so many rules. I guess grass is really fragile there, and so everybody's always yelling at me not to step on the grass. And then somebody yelled at me not to juggle. Like, what? I can't practice my hobbies? What the heck is going on here? So I was really pissed off by the fact that there's always people telling me what to do, what I can and can't do, chasing me out of parks and plazas for no reason. There's no plugs anywhere, no place to charge my phone. All the Wi-Fi everywhere is locked. You can tell, after 8 minutes of me complaining, that I really don't like Peru. I can go on and on about it. It's unsanitary, it's unhygienic, the air is polluted, the water is polluted. It made me extremely sick. Um, and I felt like I was gonna die because the food, the water, the air, all the smells mixing together in the air, and I was puking like every couple hours. I was gagging every 5 minutes because that's just how nasty the quality of living is, and I don't know how people can stand it. And um, there was some nice things about Peru. Um, there were some nice people that spoke to me. Um, the food was good. Tacna was a really nice city in the south of Peru. Maybe it's nice because you're getting, real close to Chile. And, um, there's performances in the street, there's marching bands and dancers. And so I did have a little bit of fun. I was able to make a little bit of money doing my hobbies. And but overall, would I ever step foot in Peru again? No. And would I ever suggest that anybody visit Peru? No. Please stay far away. Um, you know, I'm sorry for that opinion, but it's the truth. That is why I left after 2 weeks, even though I asked for a 6-month visa. Oh my god. Okay. And that's it for today's rant. 10 minutes. Woo! Peace out, everybody. And stay tuned for the Chile experience opinion.